Hello and welcome to today's webinar about Cognigy AI Copilot, the next generation of agent assist for enterprise contact centers. It's been an exciting year in the world of AI, and we've seen how transformative the combination of conversational AI and generative AI is in the contact center. Today, we want to focus on a specific aspect of this transformation: human-AI collaboration and how Cognigy can assist contact center agents in real time. My name is Sebastian Glock, and I'm together in this webinar with my colleague Thijs Waanders, who will give you a deep dive into AI Copilot in just a few minutes. So, to start this off, let's look at this number. 62% of customers say they most prefer to resolve issues with a company over the phone. And I think that is a surprisingly high number, especially as messengers are ubiquitous. We use them all the time. But still, 62% of people prefer the phone, even though everyone knows that calling a company means waiting for the next available agent. So why is that? Well, phone support allows for more personal connections, but what is even more important is that people find voice easier and faster when it comes to more complex issues. They find it more natural to use their voice rather than texting. And paradoxically, a major reason for this is that self-service is often really good. So many calls occur in a situation when self-service is not or no longer an option, and when a customer needs instant and competent help. So when they finally make it through the queue, they often speak to an agent who is under intense pressure. And let's face it, being a contact center agent is a tough job, and it's not incredibly well paid. I don't want to go through all the challenges, but just highlight a few. So their job can be highly complex. And as said, the agents very often need to deal with the hard questions and not the easy ones. And because of that, they need time to learn and constantly keep up to date with a plethora of tools, processes, UIs, and data sources. They also often need to deal with customers in stress situations and stay calm and focused. And a good part of their time and attention is required to do that post-call work, which is tedious, but also mission critical and sometimes needed for compliance. The result are frustrated or even burned out agents, high attrition rates, and therefore extensive staffing and onboarding costs. So all of this together now creates an ever-widening customer service gap. On the one hand, there are increasingly demanding customers. They want the flexibility to call on the phone, and they also expect prompt customer service on other channels at their convenience. They have very limited tolerance for waiting, and even less tolerance for being handed over or having to explain their request again and again. On the other side are the contact centers under constant pressure. Running customer service is costly, and managing high complexity in times of labor shortage doesn't make things easier. So how can all of this be solved? Automation with AI and self-service AI is part of the answer. So that can help bridge the gap. But as said earlier, many customers and also many brands value that human-to-human communication. Nobody wants to let go of it. And even though AI is great, humans are still better at many aspects of problem solving and customer service than AI is. So to close that gap, what we really need to do is look at AI and humans as a team. Humans are at the core of customer operations, and they should be assisted by AI, but not replaced by it. So how can this assistant look? What can an AI do to help contact center agents on the job? So it starts with understanding who the customer is and why they're calling. AI can prepare the agents for a call before the conversation even starts. So instead of beginning an interaction with logistics, an agent already knows who is calling, what the call is about. And they might even have a resolution path on the screen right in front of them to speed up that inquiry handling. Next is remaining up to date and knowing the right answers. We are all drowning in data and struggling to have the latest information. So finding the right answer under time pressure, maybe with a stressed caller on the line, is even harder. And AI can fetch the right piece of information from a repository of unstructured data and present that to the agent. And that can happen proactively as well as on the agent's requests. Then There are language barriers. As an example, about 25 million people in the US do not speak English or have only limited proficiency. And it's impossible, of course, for contact centers to provide services in all of these potential languages or even a subset of them. And AI can help here by plugging in real-time translation and giving agents a superpower to have a fluent conversation across language barriers. And last not least, there's that admin work. A lot of effort is needed to track calls, create summaries, make sure everything is well documented and recorded. AI can take that over while having humans still in the loop. It gives agents more time for actual problem solving and for focusing on that human-to-human experience and human-to-human communication. And this is really what Cognigy delivers with AI Copilot. So AI copilots are the contact center agents' daily companions, and they assist them in real time. They are delivered as part of the Cognigy AI solution, and they benefit from the same feature set, connectivity, integrations, and also enterprise readiness that you may know from the Cognigy platform. So let's take a closer look. First of all, AI copilots do not replace humans. They work alongside the agents and assist them in real time. Secondly, they come pre-equipped with a variety of base capabilities. And that includes handling calls and text messages in natural communication in over 100 languages. With the help of generative AI under the hood, their output is also hyper-personalized and custom-tailored to every conversation and the exact context. Finally, there's the ability to continuously learn, and they learn in two ways. Number one is by onboarding them with enterprise knowledge. They can ingest unstructured data like PDF documents and then apply that knowledge in conversations. And number two is through interactions. By listening into human-to-human conversations, they can learn and improve over time. And also, they don't start from scratch. Like an experienced agent, they also have existing skills and competencies that they can apply from day one in their conversations. So here's an overview of some of Cognigy AI Copilot's turnkey capabilities. These are readily available to, for example, identify and authenticate a customer and perform a warm handover to the agent. They can suggest and execute next best actions, or they can proactively access and distribute knowledge, all in real time. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to Thijs. He will guide us through these capabilities and show a demo of Cognigy AI Copilot in the contact center. So Thijs, please kick it off.
Thanks, Sebastian. Great stuff. So let's make AI Copilot a bit more tangible. When we say AI Copilot at Cognigy, what we refer to is an AI-driven agent workspace. And this workspace can be opened in a standalone browser tab, but it's typically embedded in a contact center workspace or in the CRM. The workspace contains one or more plug-and-playable widgets, and these widgets are AI-driven and can therefore dynamically change and update themselves based on the context of the conversation between the user and the agent. And these AI-driven widgets are connected to an orchestration engine. And what that means is that they can seamlessly integrate with backend systems, right? So it's not just showing information that was pre-programmed. They can actually reach out to backend systems, and they can even execute in transactions. So they could, for example, update a ticket status or summarize a conversation. Now, let's have a look at the demo to see this in action. In most cases, an AI Copilot session is preceded by an AI agent that handles the call qualification and customer identification. In some cases, the AI agent might directly resolve the question at hand without any human intervention. So the start of this demo will be an AI agent that handles the incoming call.
Welcome to the Diabetes Center hotline. How may I assist you today?
Hi, I need to reschedule my next blood glucose meter delivery. I'm on vacation when it's supposed to arrive.
Sure, I can help you with that. May I have your date of birth for verification, please?
Sure, it's May 15th, 1978.
Thank you. I have sent you a link via text message where you can select a new delivery date. You can do that now while I remain on the line.
Great.
Got it. Your next blood glucose delivery has been rescheduled to September 20th. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, actually, I'm considering switching my insulin pump to the new VitaPulse X7 model. Will that work with my current glucose meter?
One moment, please. Let me transfer you to a human agent who can help with that.
Okay, thank you.
Now that was a great demo. So let's have a look at what actually happened here. What did we just see? What we saw was a fully automated call, qualification, and identification, right? So we saw that the call came in and the AI agent asked the user what they were calling for. So what Jared was calling for, and it automatically qualified the call. So it understood what Jared was calling for. It then continued to identify the caller, right? So it confirmed Jared's identity by asking for his date of birth, and it then actually proposed, well, to reschedule his appointment, right? So this is a fully autonomous process, and it made use of an extra modality, so what we call a Cognigy X app, to have Jared enter the booking data himself, which is of course easier than doing it through voice. Could have done it through voice, but this is easier. So far so good. We've seen a fully automated call qualification, but as we saw, the AI agent decided to hand over to a human agent because Jared has a number of additional questions, and product advice, especially with medical products, is something that you might, from a compliancy point of view, not want to leave to AI, and instead want to involve a human with.
One moment, please. Let me transfer you to a human agent who can help with that.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Jared. This is Sebastian. I understand you have a question about the compatibility of your glucose meter with the insulin pump. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, give me a moment to check for you. You are currently using the GlucoWave Pro model, and unfortunately, it isn't compatible with the X7. However, we do offer the GlucoWave Precision Plus model, which is compatible. Would you like to switch to this model for your next delivery?
Great. So we now saw the handover and therefore AI Copilot kick in, right? So you can see the workspace here. So from the context of the conversation, what we just saw is that a handover took place to a human, to Sebastian, right? And AI Copilot is now listening into the call in real time, and it feeds information to Sebastian by showing widgets in the workspace. So this handover that we saw, we have a type of copilot that we call handover assist, right? And what it essentially does is it shows a lot of relevant information for a warm handover. So first of all, you saw the widget where Sebastian could see the full customer journey. So we could see when Jared reached out before, but we could also see what the AI agent already handled with Jared, right? So we could see that there was an authentication, we could see the original intent that was discovered. We also see full customer information, right? So Jared was authenticated, so Sebastian could see that in a customer widget that's of course directly connected to the CRM system. And we saw that in the center of the screen there was a very nice summary of what's actually going on here, right? So what Jared was calling for. So in a summarized fashion, we see that the customer was asking whether their GlucoWave Pro glucose meter is compatible with the VitaPulse X7 insulin pump, right? That's the reason why Jared got handed over to the agent. So there's no need for the agent to read through the full call transcript. It would be available, of course, right? But we go a step further and we summarize using generative AI what the actual call is about. And then lastly, in the handover itself, the AI was already smart enough, so Copilot was smart enough to pull the information from the backend, right? And to show the relevant devices and the compatibility checks. So we have full contextual information right at the center of the workspace. Now, how's this different from other workspaces? Because you can build workspaces in CRMs and contact centers. Now, the one thing that I want to make sure you understand that I want to bring across again, right, is that these widgets that we just saw in the demo and that we'll continue to see, these are these are AI driven. And what it means is that they get triggered and they're dynamically updated based on the conversation itself. So with every user input, whenever Jared says something or the agent, Sebastian says something, right? The speech to text will translate that to text, right? And then the AI will react to that text either by looking up information, by maybe triggering a process, or by showing the sentiment. So all of these widgets are dynamically updated based on the context of the conversation.
Would you like to switch to this model for your next delivery?
How much would that cost?
So, based on your insurance plan, the GlucoWave Precision Plus is available at a special rate of $99 per month, which is only $5 more than your current model.
Great. Then let's switch for my next delivery.
Sure thing. I've updated your account accordingly. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Great. So what we saw here is that Sebastian knew exactly what to say, right? He didn't have to look up any information and he had the exact answer to Jared's questions. So why is that? Well, it's because one of the widgets that AI Copilot was showing was the next best action. And this widget, the next best action widget, it literally suggests replies based on knowledge search and other information. So it literally tells Sebastian what he could say in reply to what Jared just said, based on the information that was found in the database in real time. So we have integrated Cognigy Knowledge AI, which is an advanced semantic search with a GPT layer on top that can then exactly show the right answer to the previous question in the context of the conversation. And by having the integration capabilities that we have with AI Copilot, we can actually integrate workflows. So we can have AI Copilot show an actual process. It can understand that if someone has a question about or device compatibility, that there's a standard operating procedure that should be triggered where some information should be collected, like the current device, and a number of steps should be taken by the agent in order to come up with the best suggestion. So we have fully integrated workflows as well. And then on top of that, we have sentiment analysis. I mentioned this before already, right? There's a widget that continuously tracks the user sentiment. And if the sentiment goes off track, right, it will show the agent. Things will turn red, and the agent will be aware that the user sentiment it's not great according to the AI. So let's have a slightly closer look at knowledge AI. So we have so-called knowledge sources that can be uploaded to the platform. These can be websites that we can crawl. They can be PDF documents, product information. They can come from a database. And what Cognigy can do is Cognigy can search through all of this information and find the exact answer to the user's question. And of course, this is very, very powerful. How is this different? So the difference with classical or traditional knowledge solutions is that we're not just showing a list of articles, of potentially relevant articles. This is what most AI assist solutions are doing. With Cognigy Copilot, we go a step further and we use what's called an RAG algorithm. So an RAG approach where we do retrieval augmented generation. So we generate an answer using generative AI based on the knowledge sources that were found. We can even take this a step further. So we can do all of that. We can do the knowledge source and then the retrieval with an exact answer formulation. But we can even get customer details, as we already learned, from the CRM. And what we can then do is with AI Copilot, we can actually feed that into the prompt, so into the knowledge search and the generative AI prompt. And then for example, provide additional context. So this is the current product that the customer has in use, right? This is the relevant pricing information. And we can then formulate an ultra relevant answer. So it's not just finding the right article. It's also not just finding the right answer in the article. It's finding the right answer in the right article with contextual information. And this really drives it home, right? This leads to amazing experiences for the agent because there's no more manual searching. There's no more having 7 browser tabs open with the CRM and the latest ticket information. All of that's happening behind the scenes with AI Copilot. And if you combine all of that, you saw that Sebastian actually clicked a button with which he could actually request a new device, right? So we can retrieve all of the information and we can then have the agent action upon it because we have this orchestration capability baked into AI Copilot.
Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Nope, that's all for now. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions in the future, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.
You too. Goodbye.
Bye.
That was amazing. So this is another AI Copilot feature that we call Wrap-Up Assist. And what it does is it takes all of the transcribed speech to text, so the full call, and it then runs a summary on that using generative AI. Now, Cognigy is pre-integrated with OpenAI, Azure OpenAI, Aleph Alpha, and Cohere. So there's plenty to choose from. And we use these generative AI providers to generate a spot-on summary of the call itself. And the second step there, of course, is to then take that summary and to send it to the CRM system or any other systems of record that need to be updated. And this, of course, this is a huge time saver, right? Because call wrap up takes forever. A call center agent needs to update multiple systems. They need to go through their notes. They need to make sure that they have everything written down, right? And it's very hard to do that while focusing on the call at hand right now. With AI Copilot, Wrap Up Assist, all of that's being handled by the AI, and that's frankly amazing. If we put everything together, we see that we had a call qualification, a call identification, and the AI agent before handing over to the human actually did a successful appointment rebooking. And then it did hand over to the human agent when it decided that it would be better. And this, of course, can be because in some cases the AI agent can simply not help the customer because it's not trained to. But in some cases, you might want to deliberately hand over to a human because you need to do that for compliance reasons, for example. So this happened, and then finally the AI stayed in the loop with while the handover was taking place, and it then generated a beautiful summary and updated the CRM system after that. Great. So the great news here is that AI Copilot integrates with any contact center technology. And this can be a cloud-based contact center, so a CCaaS system, but it can also be on-prem contact center because we have a voice gateway and there's multiple integration options that we have. It can be tailor-made for a specific contact center, but we can also fall back to a SIP integration, which makes it a very, very flexible system. So AI Copilot sits on top of the contact center and it can then show the experience within the contact center workspace, but it can also be a CRM workspace, or it can even run in a separate browser window altogether. And then on top of AI Copilot, we ship with pre-built capabilities, and these are some of the widgets that you saw before. Right? So we have automated transcription of the call, sentiment analysis, CRM integrations, all of that is available out of the box. You don't have to start from scratch there. So there's one more question, and that question is, can we do this on digital channels as well? And the answer is yes, we can. AI Copilot is not only available on voice, we can also do any digital channel, including web chat and custom apps. So let's have a look at a quick demo that really drives this home. We start with an experience on WhatsApp, and we greet a chatbot, an AI agent that sits on chat in German, and this is an energy company. So it provides with some options and asks, hey, how can we help you? And we now tell it that we are going on vacation and we have our heating and we want to put it in vacation mode, right? We want to save some energy. The AI agent says, okay, let me hand you over to a human that can help with that, right? So we see that the handover takes place. The first thing we do is we actually greet the user. So we have a canned response for that, right? The agent is logged in, can simply type slash and then introduce themselves. And we then send over the suggested action, which is to ask the user if they can send a picture of the device. So you see that the user now sends a photo of the device that hangs on the wall, right? And the picture is being uploaded, and there we go. There it appears in the live agent interface. And you see that AI Copilot is kicking in. It's analyzed the image and it says, look, I'm 95% confident that this is a Daikin LT. So as a human agent, we can of course confirm this, right? We could also just directly send the manual that AI Copilot found. So let's have a look at what happens. We first say, look, let me send you some instructions. We send it over, it gets translated to German automatically, and we then send over the manual that was found by AI Copilot. And the beautiful thing here is that Cognigy and Copilot take care of all of the rich media conversion. All of this just works seamlessly on WhatsApp and any other digital channel. Furthermore, it found a video tutorial, so we also send that over. It's just a click of a button, and there we go. The video appears in WhatsApp, and the user can open it, and there he has all of the instructions in German available directly on his device. So the user thanks the agent. We keep translating. AI Copilot detected that we're speaking, German and English, so the translation keeps going on, and this whole experience is incredibly fluent. I want to tell a little bit more about the translation, right? So you saw that we translated from German to English. Now, the way this works is we do a language detection when the conversation starts, and it could be any language really. Anything that's supported by either Google Translate, DeepL, or Microsoft. These are the three vendors that we are pre-integrated with that we can use. Any language that's supported can be automatically detected and translated. And now, of course, the agent is logged on to their live agent, their agent workspace with a specific language setting as well. And that's how we know to translate to, in this case, English. This, of course, works not just with Cognigy Live Agent, but you can put it in front of Genesis Cloud CX or any Salesforce or any digital engagement suite that you use, and we can then not just show AI Copilot in there, but we can also do the real-time translation on top of that. So how does all of this work? Well, we have a Cognigy deep dive session for this, right? So you can learn all about AI Copilot, how to set it up, how it works behind the scenes. You can simply scan the QR code. It's already available online today, so you can have a look at it right after the webinar. Please do stick around for what Sebastian still has to say. And yeah, just try it out. See if it works for you. If you have any further technical questions, do reach out to us. And with that, I'll hand it back to Sebastian.
Thank you very much, Thijs. Now, before we wrap up, let's recap some of the benefits of AI copilots. So first and foremost, they help to improve the quality of the agent experience, and they also increase productivity. Thijs has shown how a variety of tools is consolidated into one unified agent workspace, making it easier to stay on top of operations than ever before. Secondly, they help improve the customer experience. And by giving agents a head start into every conversation, they speed up time to resolution, and they also increase the success rate by empowering agents with knowledge and next best actions. Finally, they help getting agents up to speed faster and can therefore contribute to lower overall cost in the contact center. Now, a lot of this technology is truly brand new, but there's already some scientific research in the field publicly available. So here's an independent report from the National Bureau of Economic Research in collaboration with MIT and Stanford University that I find quite impressive. They researched generative AI-based conversational assistants using data from over 5,000 customer support agents. And I'll give you 3 direct quotes from that report. So number 1. We find that, on average, the likelihood that a worker leaves in the current month goes down by 8.6 percentage points. Then, AI assistance increases worker productivity, resulting in a 13.8% increase in the number of chats that an agent is able to successfully resolve per hour. And finally, we find that the AI tool helps newer agents move more quickly down the experience curve. Treated agents with 2 months of tenure perform just as well as untreated agents with over 6 months of tenure. So all of this shows that the potential of AI copilots is really huge. It has a measurable impact on agent as well as customer satisfaction. And with that, we're at the end of today's webinar. If you're not working with Cognigy yet and you would like to learn more about how Cognigy's AI agents can help you transform customer service, we're happy to hear from you. please reach out to us on our website or send us an email to info@cognigy.com. So thank you very much for joining and see you next time.